Welcome to the So You Missed Church podcast. We are happy to have you here with us today. Happy Monday to you. This is Clint Daly, and I'm hoping that if you went to church this week, maybe you got something that helped you. Maybe the message helped you. Maybe the fellowship with some of the people there helped you. But maybe you missed church. Maybe you didn't go, or maybe you couldn't go. Either way, we are still hoping that we can get your week started in a positive way. And you know, when I was coaching basketball, we had a phrase that we would use often. Basketball is a game that is played at a very fast pace. Well, if it's played well. It isn't like football, though, where you have a play, and then you stop, and then you kind of regroup, and then you go have another play. In basketball, you play hard at one end, and you try to score, and then you have to turn right around and get back on defense and continue to play hard and try to stop the other team at the other end from scoring as well. So there are no breaks if you are truly playing hard. If you're actually giving strong, consistent effort, there are times that mistakes will unfortunately be made. And when those mistakes were made, we as coaches would constantly be telling our players, hey, don't play backward. The next play is always the most important play of the game. So you can't play backward. If you are still thinking about that mistake that you made clear back in the first quarter, then you are not fully present to make a play later in the fourth quarter when the game is on the line. Now, you might hear that and you might think, Clint, I'm not an athlete. I'm not a sports person. I don't even know what you're talking about. And I completely understand that. But let me ask you this. What mistake have you made in your past that wakes you up at 3 a.m, just making you cringe? Maybe you still feel guilty. Maybe you still feel embarrassed or just completely mortified by something you said or did, and it just makes you sick inside every single time that you think about it. Well, I am here to tell you today, go ahead and let that go. Today, we go to Paul's letter to the Hebrews. And in chapter 10, the Apostle Paul is talking about how we no longer need to make sacrifices of animals or burn offerings for our sins, because we know Jesus came and died, and our faith in him takes those sins away. It wipes it away. And in verse 10, here's what Paul says. We have been made holy through the sacrifice of the body of Jesus Christ once for all. Day after day, every priest stands and performs his religious duties. Again and again, he offers the same sacrifices, which can never take away sins. But when this priest, now he's referring to Jesus here, had offered for all time one sacrifice for sins, he sat down at the right hand of God. Not only do we not need to keep making those animal sacrifices or those burnt sacrifices that used to take place back before Christ died, but we don't need to wake up at 2 a.m. and continue to relive our past mistakes again and again. You know, just like we used to tell our teams, we can't play backward. Stop reliving past mistakes. Because here's the thing. The most important possession of our lives is the very next one. Not the one that happened back at the start of the game. Not the one that happened back in the first quarter. Maybe we were teenagers. Not the one that happened just before or just after halftime. Maybe we were in college. Maybe we were young adults. Those mistakes, we have to put those behind us. We can't play backward continuing to look at those. We also don't want to look too far ahead. We had to remind our kids of that too. Hey, the game is not going to be won in the second quarter. The game is not going to be won in the third quarter. We've got to play possession by possession. So we can't look too far ahead to the end of the fourth quarter just yet. We're not there yet. No, we have to be right here and right now. Because if we're not completely present in our lives, then we're not always at our best to deal with that next possession that we have in our lives. By our faith in the payment made for us by Jesus, remember what Paul said. We have been made holy through the sacrifice of the body of Jesus Christ once for all. Don't play backward. Let those cringy thoughts of past mistakes go. Focus on the current day, because we know we have been made holy once and for all. Hey, remember, you can always contact us at youmisschurch@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. You can follow us over at Facebook or X at YouMissChurch, and you can subscribe to the podcast pretty much anywhere podcasts are hosted. If anyone is struggling to find it, just search You Miss Church. It's probably going to come up for you. If nothing else, you can find us on YouTube. Hey, I wish you all a very happy Monday, and I hope that you have a great week.